And we're live with track number 2 in this quick review bonanza.
Come on and slam. And welcome to the Confine by Sheldon. uh, anyway, we're doing Confine by Sheldon. It's a very dense track.
Yes, it is. Let's watch it.
I tried to hit on this track once, but it just didn't get any of my advances. It's very dense. All right.
All right.
Let's go. Give me a 3, 2, 1 on that.
3, 2, 1, go. Proud of my editing. Although I guess it was sort of Sheldon's idea, but I don't know.
It's done very well. It has that.
We collaborated.
These things are in spaces.
He directed the.
And this is a track that is also very aware of space. From what I remember, this track started out as an attempt to be kind of like Leomar.
Yeah.
And for the first part, it kind of does that. There are lots of these little chains that Leomar does, where he'll have, like, chain into a stop that flings him around in another way. It's very space aware and has lots of these interesting stalls in it, too. And very like fast moments punctuated by slow moments. It's a very poppy and powerful alt work.
Yeah.
And by God, does it do a lot of recycling,
and space recycling.
Yeah, I love that sync.
There's just I think probably my favorite parts are when it goes really quickly through sections. Like it seems like it's like because there's just a whole bunch of, it looks like a whole bunch of dots everywhere. When he suddenly just goes like through an area, it's like whoa, because you're not expecting it.
Yeah,
it makes it work.
Heavily reminiscent of Bug Attack. I love that hand rotation. I've never seen anything like that in a track.
Did you say Bug Attack?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Bug Attack a little.
Oh yeah, by Crates.
Crates, yeah.
I think we have Bug Attack 3, but the first two are no longer in existence.
I think you're thinking of floating.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. We do have Bug Attack though.
Yeah, we do have Bug Attack. I
convinced him to put it back up. Anyway,
I wish the stall had done a dot on the eye. It was so close with Bosch's like head dot or whatever.
Yeah,
I do think the hit
test
was
about that when
useful for this as well because it shows you which parts are used.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch this on hit test because you can see like what gets used when, and it's like surprising. It's like, oh, he didn't use any of that there. Oh, but then there he used it.
All right, so I've done good cop on this one, as I do with all tracks.
I don't have a lot of negatives to say about this one. It's good. I'm not gonna try to like, I don't know, say that this track should have been something that it wasn't trying to be. So, you know,
I love that like stop and then it goes up.
Yeah.
This track knows syncopation so well.
Yeah,
and it's just the denseness works so well because with each new iteration you find something more, I guess. I think this track has grown on me a lot.
What did you think about it when it came out?
My initial reaction has a bit more critique in it, I believe. I didn't like the syncs as much, I guess. I like them a lot more now. I think everything fits more with the aesthetic. I think at that time I was also in this place where I was like, everything needs to have synced moments and big build-ups and everything. And this track is
Let's go to 20 seconds in and watch it at quarter speed.
Okay.
For funsies.
Watch it at quarter speed. Give me a
20 seconds?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, he sent me the opening moments ages ago.
Yeah.
There's just lots of little short hang timey moments, and I kind of wish that there were more of those where he would like have a slow stall and then immediately pop back out, because I know that's something Sheldon can do.
Yeah.
But
it felt very Splash Zone in that he never pauses for long. And he never does anything that could be done stronger. You know what I mean? If it can be done stronger, it is done stronger. Which is exactly what Splashstone does, except he kind of outdid Splash's own style with the help of LRA.
Yeah, he made it a lot more dense. And
the stops are more sudden, and the goes are more powerful, and the space recycling is more noticeable, and the.
Then again, I like a lot of what Splash does because of some of his interesting moments where he has slow bits and spatial perceptions that aren't necessarily as quick and snappy. But these sort of like lumbering moments kind of reminds me of like that 12 June 2039 track by Shua, where there are these like sort of there's these moments where he'll go ba-doom, 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 and it'll be very like syncopated and slow, and it works.
I don't recall anything like that in Splash's tracks, but maybe I'm just remembering wrong.
There's a lot of it in like Evade, especially.
Evade, I remember everything was. At least, well, he made the whole thing on the stream, and I watched probably half of it, but he was always making things as powerful as possible.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's sort of this. There are moments where he'll have these like stopping points.
Yeah.
And that are sort of more slow and thoughtful, and the ones in here are quick and snappy. That's not to say that Sheldon didn't do a good job imitating Splash Zone. In fact, this is probably the best Splash Zone imitation you're ever going to see, just because Sheldon's very, very good at mimicking styles.
Yeah.
But I also think one of the things that Splash does is that he has lots of really, really... the moments aren't necessarily as punctuated. It meanders a little bit more than I think this one does.
I know that in Splash's less dense work, there's a lot of more attention to things like rotation and what comes before and after a moment.
Yeah.
And
also,
this one has a lot of that too, though.
Yeah. This has a lot of the characteristics of non-dense Splash while trying to be dense Splash. So I think if anything, this is a really, really good dedication to Splash, because it covers a lot of different aspects of Splash's style. I don't know if that's an intentional thing by Sheldon.
I felt like it's much more similar to Evade than like Sirius. Or Cloud9 or something. Like it's
the opening bits that are more Leo Murray feel like the denser moments of Cirrus for me.
Cirrus intense moments? I don't remember this.
Yes, it had very small ones, but it does have dense moments. Most of it's like fling quirky and open and constantly moving, but there are parts where he will spend a little bit of time on a manual. And in that sense, this is probably more like Serene than it is Cirrus.
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Splash likes naming his things after various kinds of water and clouds.
Yes, he does.
I think it's pretty cool.
I also want to talk about the many times recycled shoulder fling.
Good God, that thing's like... It's just...
Which is, you know, obviously a nod to Ride Liner.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mentioned that. Except Ride Liner would never make something like this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he would. I don't know. But it's. I don't think he ever tried to make anything this ridiculously dense.
I think one of the hallmarks of Ride Liner's quirk style is that it spends a lot of time thinking about the structure of flings and the structure of gravity well chains. And so what you see in a lot of uncertainty principles stuff, and something that occurs often in fluid dynamics, is you'll see him playing around with the structure of both sides of the flings in a way that is not really explored now and was only rarely explored back then.
I never thought about that. I was thinking... Yeah, go ahead.
Like, Hedge would do it in Vision for, like, that big manual recycle, but nobody else would do it in much the same way.
I don't remember anything Line Rider doing related to that, honestly. Maybe I just have a faulty memory.
It shows up in pretty subtle ways, but it's there more in Ride-Liner's stuff than in anything else. That is,
Giorgio did a lot with that.
Giorgio did crazy amounts with that too, but his focus was more on manuals and granules and
that's true.
The more solid side of things rather than the gravity well oriented. It's also entirely possible that Ride-Liner inspired Giorgio, but we don't really know.
I would maybe I'm
Ride-Liner inspired a lot of people though.
What I was referring to with the Ride-Liner was how Ride-Liner would never make something like this because this is a lot. Let's just say Ride-Liner's lines per second would never get close to this.
No, right.
He was a less is more guy, you know.
No, he used spacing.
Yeah.
Much more effectively than a lot of people.
Well, it was like, he would do like a 5-second G roll with like 20 lines. If you know what I mean. And it would just every line would count a lot. And in this, not to say that every line counts is something that everyone should do, but this one is much more open. Sheldon, just in general, is much more open to using tons of lines to get the kinds of movement he wants.
Yeah. He's definitely a movement first rider as opposed to the aesthetics of the line, except when we're talking about something like Silhouette. For this track, he put that aside.
Yeah. Well, because it's inspired by Splash. Though I think Splash was kind of hard to say one way or the other.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's sum this up. I think Confine...
I don't know how to sum this up. Go ahead.
I think Confine does a lot of really cool things with denseness and with punctuation and with structure. I think it could have done more to explore all of those, but as it stands, it's a fine dedication to Splash Zone, and it works well for what it does.
Yeah. I guess my feelings about this track are it's very good for what it was trying to do, and I don't really feel like it's my place to criticize what it was trying to do. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what it's trying to do is make a dense stop-and-go quirk in the style of Leomer and Splash Zone, but with LRA tools to take it to the next level, and it did that very, very well.
Superlatively, one might say.
But yeah, that being said, I mean, it doesn't necessarily pique my interest because it's a misdirectional stop and go quirk inspired by Leomer and Splash Zone, which it's just not my cup of tea. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good track. So
yeah, no, it's this kind of like denseness is not necessarily for everyone. There's a lot of denseness can just be kind of I would say confusing and disorienting.
Like this part.
This part is very.
You could definitely make an argument.
I feel like there's a lot of like deja vu going on there. Speaking of which, Deja Vu by Seth Composer Guy, another track that has similarly disorienting moments.
Yeah.
Though perhaps it's a little less ambiguous.
Like this section, I could see. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily would make this argument myself, but I could see people being like, "There's just too many lines, dude."
Yeah.
You know.
But I think if denseness is what he's going for, he accomplished that fine here.
Yeah. Because in denseness, you're going for too many lines. You're going for so many lines that you can't possibly tell what the heck is happening, and that definitely was accomplished. Well, maybe not to that extreme, but like enough lines that his movements become totally unpredictable from a glance.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a high-speed quirk, you know pretty well he's going to keep going in the direction that the lines are. But if you're doing this, you can make it really difficult to predict what's going to happen.
For those of you who just started watching quick reviews, we don't really give like scores. I'm not going to look at a track and be like, this gives a 10.
This track is a solid 8.957.
I wanted to do that at first, but then I just kind of realized, what does that mean? What does an 8 mean? Does it tell you I would watch this track? Usually what musicians use...
If we're reviewing the track, you should watch the track.
Yeah.
If we're reviewing the track, we think it's worth talking about. I guess.
Yes. The discussion is worth having.
Yeah.
We don't need to use review scores as a way of saying you should check this out or you can miss out on this, because there aren't enough line writer tracks that we have to be like, these ones are bad, and you need us to tell you that because there's so many and it's hard to keep track of them.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of them. So,
yeah.
We say watch
all
of them.
Watch all of them and decide for yourself.
Also,
which
the
ones
reviews
you like.
are longer than the freaking track, so
yeah, they're more analysis at this point.
Yeah, and they're more directed at the creator of the track than they are at people who might be interested in watching a 2-minute track who are going to watch a 15-minute review to decide if it's worth it.
I wonder if I should send this to Sheldon actually. Yeah, I mean, I think he might like it.
This review? Well, we'll post it in the thread, and he can certainly take a look at it.
All right.
On that note, I think we've talked this one.
We have talked this one to death.
Not to death. It's only
not
15
to
minutes.
death.
But we have definitely talked enough.
I think we have confined this track within our review.
That does not work, but whatever. All right.
Awful dad jokes. That's me.
All right.
One time, I referred to a pun as a. Go on.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop the stream, but then start it up in like a minute or two, and we're ready to go with the next one. So.
Yeah.
Anyone who's watching, which apparently we have viewers. Look at that. We'll just
do we have
start
viewers?
up in a. Well, wait. Are you?
I haven't checked.
Oh, I thought you were referring to people in the chat or something.
No.
Oh no. Okay. I thought.
Never mind. Just, if people listen to this.
Never mind. I just thought. Okay. So
all 0 of our viewers.
All 0 of our viewers. Stay tuned. All right.
Either that or Rich, who appears to be online. He says I tune.